it up for the #1 most winningest world-traveling superstar of the Cubiverse, Mr. Hollywood, BlocBoi. And one more addition, LA-based heart cutie in real life, MomLovesU. Welcome, guys. So a lot of fire and power on the stage. Let's hear some stuff from you guys. Let's start with what makes you a hardcore hunter. Let's start with you, MakikiTiki. Go for it. What makes you hardcore?
I think it's just turning that app on every day and getting out there, making sure you finish all your walking quests. Now, I gotta say, it doesn't take much motivation in my area to be a hardcore hunter. So I really gotta give credit to folks that wake up and see a much less populated map than I have. So props to everyone here. I mean, I think just after this, I think everyone here can call themselves a hardcore hunter.
That's right.
Rubix, what makes you hardcore?
I mean, most of all, I think it probably comes down to, my personal hunting motto that I'm pretty sure I coined, which was all gas, no brakes.
Oh!
Okay, I'm sorry, that comes next.
I don't have anything to say now.
Yeah, I would say, consistency probably. The two biggest things are, holding down the top of the trivia leaderboards since shortly after its inception, which I'm every day kind of still surprised I'm holding on to. And then other than that, I believe I've been in the top 50 US, I think, every month since there's been leaderboards.
So for the rest of us.
Just barely. One month I was 50th, so just squeaked it in at the last minute.
BlocBoi, what makes you hardcore? Is this even a question?
I mean, it could be my willingness to fly around the world to get vaults in other countries, or it could be all gas, no brakes. I don't know, I just like this game a lot. I love the community and I want to represent it in the best way possible. So when I do these travels and like visit other places and tell people about the game, I lost my voice to this is why I sound so weird. So, I think of myself as an ambassador to some degree for the game. And, I really just kind of try to embody this community spirit that the game has. And like you said, open the app every day and just be consistent.
All right, MomLovesU. What makes you hardcore?
Well, what makes me
What do you say? You got notes.
because I'm nervous. What makes me hardcore is that I started in October 2020, and I'm still here. Everybody's saying the same thing. We're all hardcore. Everyone who showed up here, we're all hardcore. And we play hard, we enjoy ourselves, but we do just that little bit of extra. And so, yeah, it's just not giving up and being consistent.
And yeah, like I've mentioned, and maybe people have heard this before, where I have like a deep-seated anxiety about like doing something all the time, and this game fills that. So it's just like, yep, I can go do this if I have nothing else to do. So it feels great. Right, so we've all had some great experiences hunting, obviously, and we wanted to make this a little interesting and talk about what might have been your worst experience, either hunting or playing the game so far.
So I got two. So the first, the scariest buddy quest I had was with this guy right here. He left me hanging on a mountain road where illegal activity often takes place. Like 4 o'clock in the morning. So, he's in Chicago, I'm in Hawaii, so the time difference. And it was let's see, and that was after he forgot. I think there was some playoff game going on.
again?
I mean, it was a work-related thing, but I still no excuse for not letting you know.
So, main thing, we got it done, but I was sitting in my car in the pitch black, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll turn my lights on. And I thought, I really don't want to see what's out there. Turning my lights off and sitting in the dark. And it was only about 10 minutes, so we got it done. That was the main thing.
Just wish it could have been with a hunter who quit shortly after that, so I could never get my
And then the second one was during Miyagi. It was a big storm, probably the biggest one we had all year. I was sitting where I thought for sure that large torii gate would be. And it was out on the countryside of Oahu. It was storming. That gate did not show up. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna go to the next spot I think which is about 5 miles down the road. But there must have been a car accident. I was stuck in traffic. And I just had to bail and turn around. And then that night we went hunting small gates, and there were flooded roads. And one of the green vaults that we go to was in the middle of the park, and there was about 18 inches of flood water that I waded through at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Hardcore!
And that also pitch black because there's no lights on in that area. So yeah, that was a fun hunt for us. But good times. Thanks.
Rubik's worst experience so far.
Yeah, I'll be quick, but I got two kind of things. One is kind of, I guess, fully in-game. I sadly don't remember which event it was specifically, but whichever event where the US envelopes were glitched, where I was out hunting and I was like, nobody in the US is finished yet. I'm just gonna grind this out. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna finish the top of this event. And like, I was out till like 4 a.m. hunting, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, put my QB in the printer and like was all ready to finish, and opened up Discord and it's like, oh, like 9 people have finished already. And then more in a kind of outside of the game, but wall hunting thing, this past winter, maybe a month ago, and I purposely didn't share it to wait for this, while out hunting, I managed to slip on the ice, do the splits, and rip my pants open when I was about 9.5 from my house. And just had to kind of like stumble home walking while like holding the side of my leg closed.
How was the tracking?
It still tracked okay. It was slowly because I was kind of hobbling along, but it worked. Got a few walking busts in at least.
Alright, BlocBoi, worst experience.
Okay, so some of you guys lived this with me via my streams. So once upon a time, these two crazy guys were like, hey, let's put this $1,000 vault in Hawaii. But nobody out there had a purple key, so clearly somebody had to rise to the occasion. Go out there and get it. It was a little bit nerve-wracking because we're all pioneers in this. I didn't know what was going to happen. And I'm also looking at the very stark reality that if I get this wrong, it's like an all or nothing type thing. So there's a lot riding on it. So I do my thing, app glitches out, I answered it correctly, but something happened. It was just a really weird thing. When we do something new, we gotta work out the kinks. So I got it wrong, and I thought I was like, I just flew up to Hawaii. So that was like in my mind. And I was like, that was a genuine, people thought that I was like staged. I was like literally, I don't even know really what that was. Like I'd never, it was like a 4-year-old kid about to have a tantrum. I just kind of threw everything, but like instantly in my mind I was like, keep it together. Like people are watching the show. Anyways, it was a worst and best experience because then they went on to fix it. We did it again. It was cool, but in that moment I was like, this was a bad decision.
And it's the right way to install that, so
Yeah,
we appreciate that.
For sure.
MomLovesU, worst experience.
Okay, so my most difficult experience. I don't have any bad experiences with Cornhunt World. But my most difficult one was actually when I was on the podcast with Trent, IT guy, and I was in the middle of the Hawaii event, and I had no keys. I don't know where I was when we started that event, but I only had like a few hundred, and I needed thousands. And so I was coming home, I didn't give up, and I had to figure out, I was strategizing, and I was going home every night like, okay, if I open up a mystery box, if I walk, if I do this, and maybe I might get 3.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like every day coming home with 0 to 1 blue key. I did not come home with a blue key, and I just stayed in there. That was very, very, very difficult. But it taught me a lot. It taught me that I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. I'll just throw in my worst experience. The first event that I was a part of was the first Hawaii event with the Chill QB, and I didn't get it. I didn't know I was supposed to go as hard as I could then. That was one of the epics I didn't have. And then somebody publicly said, hey, I'm going to sell my Chill QB. I saved up for months, and then Baby Tooth outbid me. So that's the worst one. I'm talking about right now. Thanks. All right. All right. So advice for those who want to be up here next year, those who want to be top hunters. What advice would you give? We said consistency, we know that. What would you say is like a good, something that maybe people aren't doing, that they should do? MakikiTiki.
I don't know, there's no big secrets out there, I think. I mean, green vaults, double points, that's all I've been doing, making sure I hit all my green user vaults that I can hit. So we've only got 6 on Oahu, and I hit 5 of them every single day since they've shown up. So I think that's going to be a big part of the game, is that, at least for the hunter side.
So buying the green user vaults first, so you have them.
Or finding friends that have money to buy it.
Friends help a lot. Rubik's advice for those who want to topple you from the leaderboards.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said earlier consistency, which I'll reiterate, but I think the other thing is just, and that's helped me, is like, don't take this so seriously. Like, have fun. It's a game, guys. Like, I'm not telling people not to, ever get annoyed or ever get upset, but like, just stay in reality about what we're doing here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
BlocBoi, advice, this would be golden. Advice for
All right, so honestly, one of the biggest things that I think people do, because like we said, it's a simple game, right? You play more and you do more, right? You play every day, you'll be consistent, but the new mechanics with Walking Quest, if you want to be like on one of these things, you have to do it every day. Because last month, I was like, hey, we're about to go to the fest, BlocBoi might as well go hard and maybe get a top placement. And then the first day that I only got to Walking Quest 7, it was like, done, over. I tried to catch it up, but it just wasn't gonna happen. So if you care about leaderboard stuff, then Walking Quest are most important. But the other piece of advice I would have is to say, try to work like efficiencies in your schedule, because there are times when you get busy and you can't make a dedicated hunt where you're singularly focused on coin hunt. But it's really easy to pull the thing open when you're going about your various tasks that you have throughout the day, and just remembering that like when you're in a moment where you're not in coin hunt mode, that you're like, oh, there's always crypto sitting around. So it's like sometimes you have to remind yourself to pull the phone out when you're doing something else. But yeah, just Walking Quest and open the app as much as you can, really.
Yeah.
MomLovesU, what would your advice be?
Okay, so my advice is not necessarily about being at the top of the leaderboards, but being a long-term player. We've seen, in all the many years, we've seen people come from nowhere, fly up to the top, and then a few months later, we're like, well, whatever happened to, And so I think it's important that we find a way to put this game into our lives. And I think we're all saying the same thing. This is a game. Okay, it's a fun game, and it's great, and it has some really noble things that are going to be happening as far as the physical fit, the learning, and all those things, and it's going to grow. But in the beginning, my goal was to get cryptocurrency, right? So it just happened that took me to the top of the leaderboards, because I had a personal goal that I could not stop playing until I earned a certain amount of cryptocurrency. Is Bill here?
All of it.
1 million Bitcoin.
And so I would stay out, literally, like, oh, you know, so as the price of crypto went up and down, sometimes I didn't have to hunt as hard, sometimes I had to hunt harder, but it had that side effect that I was at the top of the leaderboard. There were other things that I did to just to play this game, but just find, I think Anna Light was saying this, Glenn, find how this game fits into your life and make it work for you so you don't have an imbalance between your work, your family, all of your commitments, your health, right? And then just enjoy it.
This advice has been given out before. For some people, it's move to somewhere where there's lots more people and things, where there might be some sort of commerce and money moving around, and then there will be things to do there. So, if not that, then try to recruit all the people you can. We see that anytime somebody gets a red QB referral, that kind of thing, that boosts you up. So, and you don't have to do anything. And once you get the person hooked, so hook those recruits. All right. Yeah, good. Hardcore Hunters panel. How you feel? Good? All right, that was it for right now. We're gonna do a break. We're gonna do a break and we're gonna set up the trivia show next.
All right, guys, I'm gonna apologize in advance, but the phone is not looking good on battery, so the high quality microphone might have to come out. And you'll still be able to see. I'm not going to stop the stream, but I might have to plug it in. So I definitely want you guys to be able to see the trivia thing and to maybe participate. I think maybe you guys can participate if it's anything like yesterday. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but I don't think this is going to be a long break, so I'm not going to cut it here, but I am going to remove the mic. Let me know if the sound cuts. I might have to restart the stream if it doesn't immediately pick up the internal mic, but yeah, we'll keep the party rolling. I just want to make sure. Let's see, battery wise, 23. Let's see, I'll keep it going for a little while with the better sound. So, all right, I'll be back.
Just a reminder, there's merch up here, QR codes and 50% off. If you happen to want one of these things, if you feel the FOMO, right now is the time to get these things. Rubix, is that your coffee? No. And tea guys.
Yeah.
Yours wants to be extra.
I don't know what to say. I'll just go give you some pins.
No, there's pins in his hand. Oh, I thought.
Good job, Paris.
Thank you.
It's still live. Yeah, just so everyone knows it's still live. I'm not gonna cut it. Yes. They can hear it. Yeah.
Hello, live people, streamers, stream watchers.
Had everything you said.
On that stream. Share for our favorite listeners.
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
You want to sit down here?
A little bit. I've been doing it for 2 days now.
He doesn't
You get used to it quickly.
Well, I think out there to the bill yesterday, I was like, 5 days a week, 5 hours a day. Podcast.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Okay, so we'll just roll back and then.
Mind-boggling to me that some people can take so many hours each week just talking about the same mobile game. I don't know where you guys keep going.
I don't know either. Sometimes I'm just like, we don't have much, and then we talk for an hour anyway. I don't know.
We'll have a lot to talk about.
Oh, that was that thing, right?
Me and Flippers may have broken Manel yesterday.
You what?
You may have broken Manel.
Broken him?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like we got together almost all afternoon.
You and Manel?
Yeah.
I would not expect that.
I know.
Okay.
We went all the way down to the Yellow Vault.
Holy shit.
And me and my girlfriend are fast walkers.
Yeah.
And he kept up with us. Gia had no problem with her, but he kept us, and he's not into it.
Oh, he's not here?
No, he's not in the room, so.
Damn. There's a lot less people here today.
Yeah, so.
They got hurt.
Have broken him.
They got hurt. That's great. Yeah, Kata was like, I walked all late, my feet hurt so bad. And I was like, he's like, how do you do this? And I'm like, well, once you do it for a while, your feet are like, I'm about to switch.
But that's funny.
We went straight from we're like, I'm gonna go to down here in the direction. Yeah.
Come on back in. We're gonna get the trivia show started. I'm not gonna host it. All right, so if you want to play along, and I know you do, because you want to win a prize or something, you want to scan the QR code. It's gonna prompt you. I can't help you with this part, but we have a fantastic tech support happening here. You want to come?
Oh, yeah.
All right, this will be hosted by Fire and Marvin's mama.
What is up, everybody? Come join. A little fireside trivia today.
Hello. It's very bright up here, by the way. Yeah. I don't know how y'all are nervous. You can't see anybody.
All right, guys. Well, we know you've had a lot of trivia, obviously, playing this game, but we're gonna do a little bit different trivia today. Questions you've never seen before, obviously. But everything works as usual. So the faster you answer, the more points you get. So try for the perfect. And we'll have check-ins on the leaderboard after each round. We're gonna do 3 rounds, 10 questions each, 5 to 10 questions actually. And yeah, so go ahead and scan that QR code on the left. If anybody has issues, feel free to walk up to the front and get your QR code scanned, and I'll take you right to the trivia session.
As what?
Burger Dude Man is their name is Burger Dude Man. Alright, so we got like
I hope
if
that person wins.
Wonderful. We're gonna let that number just be nice and loud. So hopefully you guys brushed up on your Las Vegas and resorts culture.
Get in on this. Watch me win.
bro.
Watch me win.
If you did, it's not Beats' fault. He said like 8 times.
What?
Yeah, you can win together with the cloud emoji.
Fuck that guy.
Everybody's pretty much in there.
That guy sucks. We should ban him.
Is that house still in his mouth?
Come on.
Wait.
You knew this was coming.
Nobody knows.
All right, how's everybody feeling? Are we ready to go? Do we need some more time? All right, let's do it.
Wait.
All right, come on.
He's yours.
I know. All right, Annika, we don't mind kicking this off with question number 1. This is just going to be a warm-up question, so get you kind of used to how the trivia is going to work and what the timer's like.
Seriously though, like his account.
What's your move today? I love CHW, Vegas is wild, I want beans.
Oh, depends on who's giving them. Wait, what? What's your mood today? Oh, Vegas is wild.
That's a hell of a long time.
This is like an easy question.
Guys, it gets harder for me. Much, much harder. This one's easy.
I feel like I picked the wrong answer.
What if you picked them all?
I did pick Vegas.
I'll give you guys a hint. There's no wrong answers on this one.
I picked them all.
Oh, you picked all three.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Big brain.
That's the extra couple hours of sleep I got.
I know. Should we do some
Sort of
music
sleep.
about it?
Describe that in detail, would you? I need some of that.
Alright guys, 10 seconds. Figure out how you're feeling today.
I love that people are still
Parents, I want to know what your answer is.
I'm amazed you're still answering this one.
Yes, an overwhelming majority of you love Coin Hunt World.
Good job. You successfully accomplished the first one. We're moving on to the next one, and this one counts.
Okay, yeah, so we explained how it works. 3 rounds, 5 to 10 questions each. We'll do 1 bonus round, Coin Hunt World based. 30 seconds for each question, fastest fingers, try to get your perfects, etc., etc. All right.
3. Why is it question 3?
It's not a proper Coin Hunt World anything without a little bit of technical difficulty.
Whoa, mine is like not even the answer.
I'm tripping out.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Oh, we're good now. Okay.
Eyes up. Here we go.
What desert is Las Vegas in?
Oh, this one's
Baja,
quicker.
Sonoran, Mojave.
Yesterday.
What's our last one again?
Chihuahua.
Wow.
Chihuahua.
You were at the rehearsal?
No.
She's not a fan. But because I use the mouse, I did it slower than I did yesterday.
I'm just gonna copy us. Hey man, you're wrestling events are $1. I picked wrong.
Oh no.
Of course, I don't know the
Great
answer.
job, you guys. You all know where you are.
The Google bit.
Very nice job.
You didn't pick wrong. Come on.
All right, on to the next one.
What county is the Las Vegas Strip in?
What are you going for?
Is it Clark? Is it Ocean? Is it Hazard? Is it Jackson?
I'm going. He's hiding your answer. I know he's got it right too.
I'm pretty sure I know this one.
I know. That's why I was looking over your shoulder. But.
Poor Beats can't answer these because he helped curate them and he's just staring. It's really sad because I think you're very good at this.
I would.
No way.
Good job, guys. Here we go.
Oh. Okay,
You
okay.
guys did study. I'm impressed.
The second question.
They are going to get harder.
My guessing game's
That was
not
already
always
already.
What year was the city
What?
of Las Vegas founded? Was it 1910, 1895, 1900, 1905?
I have no idea.
No idea. Pick something.
Coin nut style, went for the perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That mean you missed
The
it?
perfect
You're
round.
burning the key.
I went for the perfect round too.
Me too.
Is he going to catch it?
Oh,
All right, all right.
Seems to be an error here.
1905.
Here's the one guy.
What does Las Vegas mean in Spanish?
What?
Is it the valley? Is it the desert? Is it the meadows? Or is it the mountains?
I don't remember this in the wordplay category.
Oh, it's in there. It's in there. What?
Beaver Valley.
Final second.
Ooh!
Really, really
I
thought that was the easiest question of the whole
It's
thing.
definitely the weird guy.
She's getting her new trivia ideas.
I guess this is gonna be a yellow next time.
Something Valley. B. That was like B. Vegas. B. Valley.
What is the oldest continually operating hotel and casino in Las Vegas? Is it the Sahara, the Golden Gate Hotel and Casino, the Golden Nugget, or the Bellagio?
I'm only picking the one I know. There's rewards for this, yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna qualify more, but yeah.
I'm winning. What do you mean?
Is it just top winner that gets prize?
Yes. Oh, you guys are really close. It was kind of a trick question.
Son of a gun.
But yes, Golden Gate Hotel and Casino. Oldest.
I feel like a moron.
How's that trick?
I'm seeing a lot of red here.
This is rough.
No, no.
Fire's burning on fire.
So, I'm sorry, Andrew. Which superlative best describes Las Vegas as a city? Is it wet, cold, hot, or dry?
Cold. It's supposed to be wettest, coldest.
Yeah. Wet. I mean, it's a desert. Dry. So gotta go dry. The same thing. Yeah, you're right. Just a bit of bug report on it.
You want your mochi back on that one?
Yes.
Much, much better. And some of you know why. It's very
Good on
bad.
that easy one, huh? It's like, yes.
It's my first right one since the first question.
Wait, I know
Look at
I
that.
say I've already answered the question.
Cheers.
I have already answered this question.
Oh.
Sorry for this, folks.
One more. Keep going.
Well,
I wouldn't mind to read you with that
I
one.
want to change my answer.
Jennifer, do my helping sound for that? Our clicker is having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my clicker away.
Our toughest
It's
guy.
not working.
Is that the toughest job ever or what? Don't want
Sweating up here, man.
This one is.
And there we go.
What is the name of the Las Vegas hotel that is shaped like a pyramid? Luxor, the Venetian, the Cosmopolitan, or Bellagio? You might have seen it on your map yesterday.
I don't remember.
Check your Twitter photos, see if you have a picture in front of that.
In 10 seconds.
Great job, guys. It's getting a little personal.
Which of these casinos is not on the strip? Not on the strip. Is it Harrah's? Is it Resorts World? Is it Canyons? Or is it Luxor?
No idea.
Three, two, one. Really nice job, guys. Good job.
Off that too.
What is the name of Las Vegas's professional football team that plays in the NFL? Is it the Las Vegas Raiders, Las Vegas Aces, Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Lights FC?
Really? Oh, it's right.
You got it.
I don't know. I just think it's
We got some football fans in here, right?
At 1,149 feet, which hotel is home to the tallest observation tower in the U.S.? Is it the Paris? Is it Treasure Island? Is it Circus Circus? Or is it the Stratosphere?
This one's too easy.
Chestnut is not a root, it's too easy to.
Don't shake me while I'm on stage, Cat.
Final seconds. 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. I think that's the best answer we've had so far.
Who said Paris?
7 people.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, you're not allowed to play. Oh, I just noticed number 2. Okay, this is fabulous.
What in the world?
All right, great job, you guys. We're gonna head into round 2, which is gonna be a little bit more resorts based. Oh, I'm sorry, pop culture. Don't listen to me. Evel Knievel had a spectacular crash while attempting to jump the fountains of which Las Vegas casino on December 31st, 1967? Was it the Bellagio, the Mirage, Caesar's Palace, or the Golden Nugget?
I think I guessed wrong on this one. Oh yeah, I definitely guessed wrong.
Oh, this is a little tougher, huh?
What in the world?
Good job, guys.
Which American mobster is credited with being the driving force behind the development of the Las Vegas Strip? Was it Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, Bugsy Siegel, or Clyde Barrow?
MGK.
Pretty sure I know that one.
Final seconds. 3, 2, and 1.
Oh,
At least no ice cream Machine Gun Kelly. I appreciate that.
Bugsy.
big answers. Which Las Vegas-based film released in 2001 features a group of con artists who carry out a complex casino heist?
Come on now.
One I can get. Yes.
I think.
Was it The Hangover, Showgirls, Ocean's 11, Leaving Las Vegas?
Don't tell me that came out that long ago. That's 22 years. Crazy.
Guys, 5 seconds. 2, 1. Yes, we got some George Clooney fans in the house.
Who's the one? Who's the
After Humphrey Bogart's death in 1957, who became the leader of the Rat Pack, the resident entertaining group of Las Vegas at the time? Was it Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Peter Lawford, or Sammy Davis Jr.? Nice job, guys. Frank Sinatra.
I think they like your questions more. A drug-fueled trip through the Nevada desert is the subject of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, written by which author?
This is funny.
No, Harris is not the answer.
Harris.
Is it John Updike, Sinclair Lewis, Hunter S. Thompson, or F. Scott Fitzgerald? job. Great job. Great book.
In a Katy Perry song, she says, "Shut up and put your money where your mouth is. That's what you get for blank in Vegas. Is it betting big, waking up, selling out, or falling out?"
I guess.
You're gonna sing it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You all did it right, every one of you.
No pressure, guys, but please don't mess around with this one.
I know, yeah, you went last night. Or early this morning.
Time's up.
No!
I'm so glad some of you missed that.
Serenade us!
And we had a contract and y'all did not fulfill it, I'm sorry.
What song does Mike Tyson famously sing in the movie The Hangover? Is it One Night in Bangkok by Mary Head, Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, Livin' on a Prayer by Bon Jovi, or In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins?
Did you know?
I don't know. I could hear it. Damn, that's the I was like, I could hear, I know, but I didn't know. I was like, I could hear it.
Yeah.
Great job.
That would be cool. But then you have to Photoshop all the album covers.
I just make up the ideas.
A recent rap song, the Elvis movie soundtrack, references this song, Hound Dog. Who sings it? Is it Doja Cat, Gucci Mane, Nicki Minaj, or Lil Uzi Vert?
I just want to rap.
Oh, we starting the night again?
Round two.
Round two.
I only know one people on this list. One person.
You got it.
One people.
I hope the mic got that.
That's right.
I only know one person on this list. Yeah, I know, I heard you.
That's right, it's Doja Cat.
Just barely.
Who's the people you didn't?
Who won an Academy Award in 1995 for playing alcoholic Ben Sanderson in Leaving Las Vegas? Was it John Travolta, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael Douglas, or Nicolas Cage?
I actually knew that one.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Nice. That's what I guessed. Like, it sounds like an awful movie. Nick Cage. Or brilliant, you're right.
Alrighty,
Why
guys.
was there wasn't a war?
Great job! You guys are crushing this.
That's like the only question.
You were a little nervous, it was gonna be too hard.
Crushing it.
Hopefully you got enough points to carry this.
No.
What famous musician has a residency in Las Vegas from 2011 to 2017? Was it Britney Spears, Celine Dion, Elton John, or Mariah Carey?
You don't know that one? For real? Oh. What? Come on! How did you not know that one?
Are you gonna sing the song? It's the second choice.
Come on, fire.
Yeah.
Time's up.
I can't believe how many people know
That's a good
that.
answer, though.
Wow.
Britney Spears, guys.
Louder for the people in back.
Oh no. Did you see what place you're in? Oh.
Last.
Oh, we're playing a video. Oh, we're doing band.
Stop playing. They stopped playing.
Great job, you guys. MakikiTiki is always on the top of the leaderboards.
How's he know so much?
All right, perhaps the next round is resorts and trivia. Yes.
Good job.
I made this. You should know. Yes, location-based questions. How many total luxury guest rooms and suites are there in Resorts World?
What the fuck? Come on now.
What?
places did you go to last night trying to find your room?
I went to more than that, so.
The limit does not exist.
Yes!
Damn.
Great job.
Redemption out of last place.
Good on those rooms.
If the winner gets those little fondant things, that'd be really cool.
At 100,000 square feet, Resorts World has one of the largest what in the world? Is it a pool? Is it a casino? Is it LED building displays? Or is it the ballroom?
Well, it might have been LED. But that's not the surprise.
100,000 square feet?
Yeah. Look at that whole side of it. I clicked pool.
Oh, dude, you're
I
right.
clicked pool.
It's right there in the picture.
I clicked pool. I'm in pool.
I went there. It's not 100,000 square feet.
God damn. I was like, oh, I just click pool, whatever. No. Yeah, no.
Little Easter egg in there, you guys.
Final second. I'm actually a little disappointed, guys. We walked by it like 4 times already, but that's right, the LED building displays.
It's right there in the picture.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Lost Spooky on that one.
Yeah, me too.
How many pool experiences does Resorts World have?
One IT guy.
Somebody threw this in the Discord.
I did them all last night.
About a month ago. So if you remember.
I got a 5, but 5 is not an option.
I thought it was 3.
I put 6.
My preferred choice was can I do the pick other phone and answer?
No. You may not.
Seven.
Ow.
7 unique pool experiences. Top of the line pools.
Hey, you proud of that?
Yeah.
Resorts World,
I'm proud to be a she.
Resorts World has a partnership with what global hospitality giant? Is it Hilton, Marriott, Four Seasons, or Wyndham?
Some of you guys are getting points for your stay this weekend from this hotel.
And if you're not, you should be.
That's Marriott, isn't it?
Will you fly on for you?
It was pretty funny when like the LED thing is on there. We're all like, cool.
Fantastic job, guys. Looking forward.
And even when he said, I'm like, oh, you're right.
Which performer is currently being featured at the Resorts World Theater?
We don't have
Perhaps you visited the Resorts World website to catch up on your Resorts World
Look
facts
at my answer because I know it's right.
or to book your room, or to figure out where all the schools
I
are.
saw a billboard for someone, but I don't know when it's
Yeah.
happening.
It's in the lobby.
It's not that.
Also, I'm not sure I saw that billboard on this hotel.
There are a lot of billboards here.
You're saying there's not just one. Okay.
5 seconds.
No!
Oh, damn, I got it right.
Are we sure about that?
Great job.
Hey, you should stop playing, man. You can't win this.
You're too good. I'm trying not to. I'm looking at my phone. I'm cheating off Kata.
I saw that.
All right, guys, bonus round. I think this is the category that we all feel most comfortable and confident about, and that's coin hunt world.
Green? Yellow? What are we doing?
Please don't be like recent.
Sort these cubies
Oh,
according to the
Lord.
listing, oldest to newest.
Oh,
You should be sorting now.
You got a little extra time.
Oh, wait. Vampire.
Wait, how do I?
Suddenly nobody's doing their
How do I
moves.
select that?
Oh, nobody should?
Wait, where am I dragging?
They're all too busy
Oh,
dragging.
okay.
I
Drag them in order.
Drag them where?
Oldest to newest. oldest to
Yeah,
lose.
I'm pretty sure that that's the oldest. I'm not
Mine
sure.
does not allow
I
me
think-
to drag. This is not happening. Yeah, I can't drag anything.
Drop the sides of the.
All right, it's counting down.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
final 5 seconds. Final 5 seconds. Lock it in. 3, 2, 1.
That's not happening.
Oh, fire dragon.
Oh, did I have to hit
Oh, I got it!
That's
Dude, I got it, but it's not
60
submitted.
How did you get it? You only started with 2 seconds left.
Okay, the dynamic trivia can work this time around. It's all right.
Well done. Well, good guessing. No, you know what? Hers was already in the right order.
Alright, maybe you guys will get this one. What QB requires jingle bells, eggnog, and cinnamon sticks?
This one's tough.
I'll give you a hint. Christmas event.
Wombat.
Is it gingerbread, elf, Santa, or wombat?
Reminds me, I'm gonna be able to print the wombat this week. Yeah, I bought some cinnamon sticks today.
Woo! Alright, we made it. Good job, guys.
What hunter is missing from this photograph, which you guys are going to have a little bit of trouble seeing until it blows up?
That's not better.
Hopefully you got that leaderboard picture a little further on your screen. One more one up.
Everybody look.
I mean, obviously you guys can see that, right?
Maybe you can find the lovely wall.
Wait.
Is that Rudy Tooty at number 1?
We did say it was interactive trivia, so go for it.
That is the best I've seen Sweden run this week.
Alright, I guess that's
Time's up, guys.
Oh.
Mr. Coin Demon.
I should have known with the cat.
I typed Coins Demon.
Oh no.
10 people knew that.
Who was the first hunter ever to solve the purple wall? Is it Nico G, BlocBoi, True Boy, or J Lolo?
I don't know. I just have no idea. I knew I was getting that one.
True Boy last night was crushing. The golf. Crushing. He was with us.
Really?
He was sitting right beside us. Damn it.
It was BlocBoi.
Guys, were anybody paying attention to the hard
I think someone just protested.
Protest.
Alright guys, almost there. 2 more questions.
Match the QB with its crafting resource. Match the QB with its crafting resource.
A little more time on this one.
Rizzo, are you okay this time?
Yeah, this is easier. Like,
Oh, the drag's dragon.
I didn't know I had to like scroll on the 4 dots on the right. Like,
How many
I
times
thought
you gonna hit that
just
like
click
button?
anywhere and scroll below.
Oh, you keep hitting it? Oh.
I needed a user manual.
What does that do? Side quest. This could be when you're looking at the most emojis. Up.
That was a good job, guys. 75 of you. And the game.
Alright everybody, final question. Which of these cubies is the hardest to print? Of course it's all the T's. Ho-Ho, Kaka, Matala, and Olio. I know I'm pronouncing those right. How do you think the hardest ones to pronounce?
They're all the same resource. But I knew it.
Great job. We're all still trying to print that. Good job, everybody.
pass mine along to young and a career now.
What's your question, Catherine?
What have you got?
I would come up with a good prize for you. Give me some time to think about it. It looks like Cone Beauty?
Yeah.
Great job, you're our winner. So definitely. You will get a $20 resourceful gift card, so congrats. Come by myself Renee this evening and cocktail or something and get your gift card.
Hey, and before you get down, just a really quick round of applause for Anna Kura, who took over and the background work there, that's all Martin's mama, so everybody give them a round of applause.
Next up.
All right, that's almost it, but not quite yet. We do a 5-minute break. Don't forget that tonight is the award ceremony. Anybody forget about that? Ace raffle, anyone?
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're saying I still have to be coherent?
Lunch is going to be served soon, but let's take a 5-minute break. We got one more super secret segment to go. So, hang real quick. It's fine.
That's the win right there.
Oh, you got 25? Actually, at 27. Look at that sandwich between True Boy. I know, but which one? That's it right there.
Okay, it was probably my worst one. It was a little lopsided, but I have it. There's somebody you can still about it. So, like, if you guys are it's a good pitch, right? Yeah. Damn. But they made it. Yeah, I got it.
Bing, I'm ready to go. Come on, I'm ready energy.
I'm calling on my bag.
Nah.
You don't really see me.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
How did we watch it?
She didn't like it. Was the, like, I showed her the schedule and she was like,
Why am I going to go to Vegas? For one time, she's not into it, and she's like, why am I going to go to like Vegas and like be on my own drinking and gambling with no one? He's like,
yeah, because I mean, she would have probably gone to like shows, but she's not like a gambler. She's not much of a drinker, so like she's not, you know, by herself. I would like not that interesting.
do you think we're going to have to click on resourceful again when at 1 or not?
We try.
That's a good question. Probably.
The illusion we were at 1 o'clock, or we don't have to click on resource until the end of the game.
Get back.
All right. Go back. Stuck in. All right. So you're a little bit more, just to squeeze out a little bit more fun out of this. We have the Illusion Weaver coming up to do a little behind the scenes panel with the developer. And the Q&A.
Everybody, it's not just me, so let's also get to the stage. Gabriel, Juan, and Igor.
Okay, come on up, guys. My name is Renee Vanderbosch. I lead the trivia team, as you guys probably already know. I want to give a few shout outs before we get started from a couple other people behind the scenes. I have my lovely right-hand woman here, Hadas. So, and also I want to give a shout out to Kanita, who's unable to join us, but she's right there with us. In all of our meetings, we work really hard to bring this trivia to you guys. And so I'd like to introduce Illusion Weaver here.
Hi everybody.
How are you doing? Hello everyone. Hey guys.
So, I think people want to know what backgrounds behind the scenes to make this game what it is, so we can reveal some secret sauce and kind of show you how it's all, what goes on in the kitchen. Okay, so if you guys can go ahead and tell me, where you come from and what you do for Coin Hunt World.
So I'm a Louis Weaver, born in Belgium, living here now in Las Vegas, and I'm the creative director.
Gabriel, I started as a lead engineer. Eventually the team grew up, kind of got out of hand, and I ended up being the CTO of the game. Born and raised in Paraguay, small country in South America. And how many of you learned about Paraguay when you found out that the team making the game was from Paraguay? There we go.
I'm Juan. I was born in Argentina, but lived all my life in Paraguay also. And I'm the lead producer of the game.
Hi guys, I'm Igor. I'm art director of the Coin Hunt game, and I'm behind all of the art that you can enjoy. Because I was born in Ukraine and currently I'm based in New York. So thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Mr. Weaver, can you tell us exactly what a creative director for Coin Hunt World, what do you do?
A lot. So a creative director is responsible for like creative vision for the game. Sometimes in movies you see like this crazy person with like in front of a wall full of stuff on the wall with wires going all the way. Well, that's me.
And we all have nightmares from now on.
Can you tell us what you do, Gabriel, as CTO?
Sure. I'm basically the guy that needs to know what Illusion Weaver wants to do with the game, so I need to be able to tell the team, okay, we need this technology to work, we need to create this and that, and I need to orchestrate all of the teams, and they need to come together so that we can have a functioning game, and that doesn't crash, and everybody can have fun with it.
And go ahead, Juan, tell us what you do as a producer.
Well, historically, we started with a very small team. So I was acting like a project manager of a few people. Like it was one artist, 3 programmers, something like that. Very, very small, 5 to 8 people. I don't remember the exact number, but small team. Then the team grew every year. We are 32 people right now, and it's not an easy task to keep everyone working in the best way, doing all the stuff that you're asked every day. So I have now another project manager, and I act as a leader, trying to have everyone working towards the same goal. I'm trying to select the best people for the team and keep it growing and keep them happy doing what they do, so we can continue growing in the future.
And you, Igor, what do you do?
Yes, so I'm the man behind all of the concept art and most of the designs for the Coin Hunt World. And we usually work very closely with Illusion Weaver. So, like I said, like as one of my friends always say, artists are actually working best when there's pressure. So, and there's a lot of pressure every day, but a pressure like in a good sense of this world. So, all of the creativity and all the good stuff always comes with the pressure that we have. So, thank you.
Well, you will have a lot of more pressure in the future. So.
And more pressure.
Enjoy.
And I usually first know always.
Yes, he's always the first one to know.
So I'm going to throw this out to the panel as a whole. How does it feel to be making all of this behind the scenes, but to be able to be here and meet our players who love the game?
It's incredible. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's such a great experience. It's kind of hard to put into words, but it's super awesome.
Yeah, so one thing that's like, that might be hard for you guys to understand is like we cannot enjoy the game like you guys can because we're making it. So I started working on the Vegas Monument Quest in September. So, you know, and you do small iterations, you test, you tweak, you test, you tweak, you small iterations. So you spend so much time on it that by the time you actually get to the general rehearsal, which was a week ago, you already know everything, there is no surprise, you're just going through the motions. You never get to really enjoy it. But then, when this weekend, when you see all these big smiles on everybody's faces, that's what we get to enjoy. So thank you for all of that.
It's amazing because we see a lot of names, a lot of reports with a number of vaults opened by, I don't know, BlocBoi, and I didn't know who was BlocBoi until today, yesterday that we met. So for us, it's like a game, a number game. We are constantly looking what is happening inside the servers, but in the end, it's people who is playing.
I am very excited as well. For example, every month we are creating this beautiful art for top 5 players, and now I can actually see some of the people from the illustrations that were created. So it's like super cool to actually see everything coming to life.
Yeah. And the t-shirts are amazing. Amazing.
The creativity from our community is it's so next level. I'm constantly surprised and impressed, and you know, when you talked about, we had to Illusion Week, when you talked about to build a game and become successful, it's really about building a community. And then to be here and to see you guys, like, I'm honored. Like, this is incredible. I feel like I know so many of you because I try to tune into everything. So for me, this is just a true joy and pleasure.
Absolutely.
So I think the community wants to know, what does a typical day in your life look like working on this game?
I wake up, check Discord, sometimes they credit, get a coffee, and then most of the time I start by walking to my office, and like one wall of my office is one giant cardboard where all the wires and all the things, all the ideas are just fitted in. And sometimes I just stare at it and see, and then I discover like, oh man, yeah, this was this idea I had like, 6 months ago. And I remember back then I was so, wow, this is the best idea ever. And then today I'm looking at it again and I was like, man, this idea sucks, man. Oh, but that's good because then I have more space for a new idea, right? But so most of the time, I spend a lot of time creating what we call murals. So I know I write design documents, but I'm more of a visual brain, so I like to more map it out. So there is software for that, so I'm able to do that. So I spend a lot of time on that, and then it takes a lot of iterations and a lot of time. I spend like a week on a design, and then after a week I realize it sucks. I just scrap it and have to start over. For example, for the very first Christmas quest, I had to do it 4 times before I found out, okay, this is how it's going to be fun. And then once I have that design, then most of the time I start talking to Igor and trying to get him excited about it. And sometimes he's not, sometimes he is.
I'm always excited.
and actually that leads into another question, which is, how do you guys, so Illusion, you typically start with the game design documents, generally at a high level. So then how does that document go to the rest of your team, and then how do you guys turn that into a game?
Yeah. The first step is we go to a game designer, Mike from Poland. He's not here, but yeah, he will help me like turn the spaghetti wires on my wall into a concise game document that the programmers can understand, right? So that's the first step, and then you take over from me.
I understand that you speak with Igor about the art part of that, and then we have a weekly meeting with all the leaders or artists, or lead programmer, or other producers, PMs, and then we have quiet weeks and some other weeks where he says, okay, I have a bomb to drop. And we know that it's a bomb, it's a big feature that he wants for yesterday. And we start getting everyone to see how long it will take, how we could some corners to make it faster.
Yeah, usually we need to translate Jeron's vision, his mural into a document, because we need to take it the way that his mind works is very, as he said, it's visual. We need to translate that into what an engineer will understand. That's my real job, taking what he wants to accomplish and turn that into basically what a coder can put into the game and make it in a way that it won't break anything else. Because usually when we have a new feature, we need to think about, okay, this new feature, where can this feature have an impact on a previous feature? And sometimes what happens is that, yeah, we changed this code for some reason 6 months ago, then why did we do that? And we're like, we don't know. And we need to track down the conversation on Slack. Like that's, yesterday I was thinking about this, like my main tool is basically Slack, because I'm all day trying to orchestrate what Jeron wants, what the team needs to know, and stuff like that. So yeah.
And sometimes, you know, we add something to the game, and then something else breaks that's not even related to it. It's like, how did it break? It's just crazy.
Yeah, I believe one important thing is that we improve our production pipeline during the years, because we've been working like 3 years now on the game, and as the team grew, we need to have different tools to be able to have all the people aligned towards the goal. And I believe that the past year, it was the year that we, in the end, were able to have that streamlined, and we can deliver very fast your own ideas to the public, faster than before.
I think this quest, the Monument quest, definitely proved that the team knocked this out in a record tempo, and this was pretty complicated, as you all noticed yesterday. There's a lot of moving parts, so kudos to them. They knocked it out of the park.
So Igor, I'm sure a few people are really curious about the art. We can all see some of the cubies that have been designed from us, but we also see custom cubies. Could you explain how a cubie is created and how it enters into the Cubiverse?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah, first of all, it's always...
Okay. We're going to use one example case. We're going to use the Ace Cubie as an example.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. Yeah, so first of all, it's always a teamwork. So it's not just me behind the art. For example, we have two more very talented artists, Olga, she's from Ukraine as well, and Daniel, she's in Brazil. And we have another actually production art team who's on Juan and Gabriel's side. So basically, it's like two stages of work. So the first stage is always a concept art, which is brainstorming ideas, exchanging some ideas, and this cubie, for example, is like the result of this concept art kind of stage. And as soon as it's approved and everybody's happy, Jeron is happy, and we are basically to our production team who are actually making a 3D model and doing some animations. So it's like a lot of work with a lot of people involved. With this particular guy, so Illusion Weaver wanted to create like super epic of the epic cubie, which was very challenging because so we didn't know like what we would do, because there's so many epic cubies are already in the game. So and we kind of started brainstorming, like, so it was the first pass. The idea was to create like a super jet pilot cubie kind of. And we decided to like start brainstorming some ideas who he can be, like a airborne US military forces something, or a little bit like Top Gun maybe vibe. I personally wanted to create a guy with mustache, because in my opinion we still don't have in the game like a proper mustache guy. When my father was young, he had this like cool mustache, and all of my friends were laughing. I'm like mustache guy, but I was proud with my father because he looked so cool when he was young. And now all of a sudden, like all of the hipsters, all of my friends have mustache. The same friends who actually was laughing on my father. So, but kind of like it's not that epic enough. So it's still.
I think
like
what
the first
feedback was needs to be more epic.
Yeah, so I wanted like to make my father proud finally. So can you like the rest? A second. So and we decided maybe we can go with something cooler, like to give him a cool helmet. So the first one, it looks like I don't know, like Darth Vader or something. Really cool. So we decided, okay, maybe let's just work on this idea, but then we had a discussion with everyone, maybe it's too much because you can't even see the eyes, right, of this QB. So is it QB or is it not QB? So we came, okay, maybe we can explore more of this kind of Top Gun idea. The next slide. Yeah, so it was kind of cool. For example, the second one was a little bit too much Top Gun, so the whole idea of like, so we're not doing Top Gun, right? We're doing Going On. And the first one, actually his kind of uniform, which is actually close to the original military uniform, but it's just not really cool enough. And we decided just to push it further, so this is something that we're doing as well. For example, in 3 and 4, just more details. There's not a lot of room actually to add a lot of stuff to these cubes because they will be busy. This is not something what we want. So, but number 4, for example, kind of started looking epic. Next one. Yeah, and then like maybe we can actually get back to this helmet. But then, so we almost approved it, but then we started actually to have discussions with the production team. And we realized that we just can't do this helmet because it's round and cube is heavy.
Overall, Igor, there's a specific reason why we couldn't do the helmet. Can anybody guess?
No expression.
I don't remember.
Hint.
Burning quest.
Sushi quest.
Oh, because he can't eat.
People can't eat and they all have the same information. So it would have been very weird if he stuffed all that food in his helmet.
He could have made him just go.
Yeah, I was actually suggesting that he can use his like trunk, like digest the essence of sushi. So, and we decided to actually get back to this kind of Top Gun guy and to combine everything. So the next one, yeah, so this one. And then actually, I mean, why does the epic QB needs to be blue? So maybe we have so many cool colors. The next one, so like which one? I don't know. They're all cool, but kind of like a purple one. I don't know. So yes, the purple one. Next one.
And that's the guy.
I should do one more, but it's okay. Yeah. So and after everything's approved, we are doing like side view and back view. Then we are doing 3D modeling. And if a transition from the concept art to the 3D model is something is not working, we usually start paint overs and like a little bit of feedback back and forth, and in the end we actually have a beautiful model ready to go. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it's important to say that usually we receive the models and the concept ideas, we turn it into 3D and they're okay. But sometimes, like the helmet is too tall, or a hat, or the mask, or something that means that we have other parts of the game that will broke if we use that model. So the problem here is that Igor creates very cool stuff, and sometimes we have to cut some things on that cool designs to make it work. But we try to make it as cool as possible inside the game to make it work.
Yeah, a good example of that is the Nutcracker. We made him super cool. Igor came up, oh, this is the coolest cookie ever. And then when they started making it, the hat was so tall that it would break everything in the game. So we had to like make it shorter and shorter and shorter.
Yeah, the UK one with the hack was the one with the problem also. I believe the first one with the problem.
Can you guys share something that's either happened behind the scenes? I know, Gabriel, we spoke last night about a story that happened. So can you just share some things that happened behind the scenes that might surprise some of our
One
hunters?
thing that kind of made the world a smaller place once was the infamous BlocBoi adventure in London. And I remember that it was so funny because I don't know what time was it for you when you called it. There's a huge time difference actually between our studio time zone and your own time zone here in the West Coast. I just remember one Saturday morning, I get a phone call from Jerome. I'm like, I've never gotten a phone call from Jerome before. I'm like, oh my God, everything broke, the game crashed, nobody can play, something terrible happened. And I remember picking up, so what happened? I didn't even say, hello Jerome, what's up? It's like, what happened? And he was like, BlocBoi got mugged and this and that. I was like, oh no, I don't even know what time. At the moment I was like, is it nighttime right now in London? He's still in trouble, what happened? I remember that I had to tell the guys to, okay, we need to come to the office, we need to get together, and we need to fix this, we need to help BlocBoi. And it was like, and I found out that he was having his own set of issues as well there, and it's just crazy to see that all of the things that are happening all over the world and working with people from all over the world, so super, super cool and interesting. Yeah.
So, can you guys, one, did you have anything you wanted to share of something that might surprise people that happens behind the scenes?
I don't know, Jerome, please tell me what things I can share or not. We work a lot on trying to cut cheaters because we believe they broke the game for the real players. And we have a whole team working on that is below the radar. Maybe no one knows they exist, but there's a lot of people working on that, trying to find people who wants to break the game in ways they're not meant to. And we work a lot with Jerome trying to design different ways to detect cheaters. But in the end, I think is the best for the game. So the real players can enjoy it and the leaderboards are true. And it is one of the driving force of playing the game, trying to get into the leaderboards. And it's really, really hard. And we are even developing our own artificial intelligence tools to do it.
Yeah, so like fighting with the cheaters is like a cat and mouse game, right? So we have certain tool set that allows us to detect them when they start doing stuff, but then they get smart and then we find workarounds, so we need to upgrade our tools. And so it's always like a cat and mouse game. But the thing, guys, just don't even try because everything is locked in the game. So even if you don't have the tools to catch you now, we might have the next one, and then suddenly you're gone. So that's what happens with most of the time with some of the high-profile people are suddenly disappearing. They were doing something that was undetectable at the moment because our tools were not detecting it. But then when they upgrade our tools, suddenly we're going back in time and say, hey, wait a minute. Look at what this guy has been doing here the whole time. So just play normal. It's just a game, people. Come on now.
It's kind of heartbreaking too when you find out that someone that is out there playing a lot. You're like, hey, I mean, we know who's on the top of the chart at all times. And when you find out that guy was actually cheating, you're like, man, I had so much high hopes for you.
we have even thesis students doing their thesis on researching how to cut cheaters. So this is very interesting work. Yeah.
Yeah, we spend about, I would say, 20% of development resources on just the cheating tools.
Well, on to more brighter notes. Can you share we'll start with Igor. Can you share your most favorite event that you've worked on and why was it your favorite?
Yes, it's definitely Hawaii event because we kind of like pushed the limit, I think, with this one, especially when we created this like super famous quest with the volcano, where you can find the chief, and then it's like an epic animation is started. So we worked so hard on this. So we we had to create like a script for that and like a storyboard. It's like really a proper animated movie. So I'm like super proud of that. And there's so many designs of this Tiki Warriors. So yeah, it's like the most epic one in my opinion.
I want to ask a question to your own. Can I do that in a panel? Sure. You know, when we been invited to be the developers of the team, we were a very small Paraguayan game development company. Like Gabriel said, Paraguay, a lot of people don't even know where it is. And how was that you decided to work with people from Paraguay and not thinking, oh man, I don't know, they will charge me, they will disappear, I will not find them never again, they will run away, I don't know.
It was quite simple. So when we went out and started looking for development teams that could tackle this project, you know, I got a whole list of potential candidates that could do it, but there's only two that actually had experience with geolocation games, because geolocation games 3 years ago, that was not really a big thing. There were not many studios with any experience there. So we had the choice between one really big, well-known in the industry, work for a hire studio that can do any game, any type, so they would be able to do that. Or we had this much smaller studio from Paraguay, but they actually had experience. And I knew from my experience as creative director that that's going to be the guys I need for this. And then when we started talking, when we started working, it was instantly a really good fit, and I knew these were the guys for the job. So, and one thing that I don't think anybody in history is going to repeat after it is that we literally went in 6 months from me and Will just handshaking, let's fucking do it. Let's do this. In 6 months from just saying, let's do this, 6 months later, we had people solving balls in San Diego, in Seattle, sorry. And that is, I think, nobody has ever created a geolocation game in that short of time frame, in my opinion.
And actually, I mean, maybe you guys might know the origin story of this, but could you share that, how you and Bill got together and this idea was sprung?
Yeah, so I was working for Pitrex, and Bill was the CEO at the time there, and we were just working on different crypto gaming, blockchain gaming, technology ideas, just wild ideas. Like half of the time I was scratching my head, like why am I running a game division inside a crypto exchange? But hey, we were having a good time, and we were working on some really cool stuff. And then one of the ideas that Bill had was, hey, I have this idea, what would be cool to do is have something like Pokemon Go with crypto. I said, can you like come up with a design for that? So I said, yeah, sure, that sounds like a great idea. So I worked on that, I presented him the design, and he absolutely loved it. And that's how everything started.
Awesome. Okay, so I think we wanted to allow some time for the audience to ask questions. I don't know in terms of time check, if we can do that.
You're good.
Okay. So I think we're going to have audience submitted questions. So go ahead and scan the QR code, upload that.
By the way, thank you, Jeroen, for trusting us.
Thanks for not running away.
And Pete, we're going to go ahead and read the questions to the panel.
I certainly will. As soon as I see one, I'll read it. Okay, question from In-Depth Storm. What motivates you?
Who's it being directed to?
I believe it's Jeroen.
Yeah, it's a tough question. I mean, you always have this big vision for a game. Every time, actually, anybody who starts a startup, you have this big vision for where you want this company to be, like 5 years down the road. But what people don't realize is that the world will be different 5 years down the road. So whatever you're thinking is a great idea now, 5 years later, it's probably totally different, right? So what motivates me is what I call surfing the wave. It's like you kind of know where you want to end up, but you have no idea how to get there. And what motivates me is every day finding which are the right steps I need to take to keep going in the right direction. And that's probably the hardest part of my job.
Can I share an anecdote?
Depends.
Yeah. when this project was about to start, it took kind of some time to be decided to start into the project, to get into the project. And Gabriel and I, we worked like 7 years in, like at that time we were like 5 years in location-based games. We had our own startup. It kind of failed. The game was awesome, but the company as it was struggling. And we decided to get into, it was our first contract. It was the first time that we worked for someone that was not our own video games. And we decided to give it a go. Okay, let's do this, it will be great. We will learn a lot from Jeroen, that was a game designer with a lot of experience. Okay, let's start. And it was on February, and on March the pandemic came. And we were thinking, oh, people cannot go outside anymore. And I told you, okay, what we should do, we'll continue. And we like said, okay, this thing about the pandemic will last how long? 1 month, 2 months, and then everyone will get out again to play the game. So let's have the game ready for the people that will like to get out once the pandemic ends. And that's how it started. and yet we are all here, so it was a good call.
Actually, I think the pandemic helped us because I think at that time people were really anxious to just get out of the house and go and do something, right? The restaurants were closed, but you want to go out and do something, get some fresh air. I think the game really helped with that.
Question from Sergey. Aliens was for Igor. How do you feel that? How do you feel that your chibi art has inspired custom chibi creators to the level we have seen?
So, in my opinion, when we're actually creating cubes, our goal is actually can this cube kind of go viral, like be the coolest. And for example, when we have created MomLovesU, it was like, yeah, I mean, he's so simple, like, but he's so funny, and it's like the hardest thing to do. So it has to be like simple, cool, and funny. So funny is the key word. And if the MomLovesU inspired some of the guys, I'm pretty proud of our job.
Yeah.
Which is actually also was inspired by the community, right? So
the MomLovesU was community inspired because at some point people were in the Discord discussing what their favorite trivia question, and there is one trivia question where the answer is Mortal Wombat, and that was the inspiration to make the Wombat game.
Yeah, and I also always thought that something is like completely out of place because Wombat was part of the QB Airlines, man. So there's like pilots, and Wombat. So yeah.
Question from Anon. Question from Figo 2000. Do you see the possibility of importing a custom QB into the game? If yes, what time frame?
Importing is not possible because we need to put it in 3D, do all the animations for all the activities that the cubes can do inside the game. But like Igor said and Jeroen said, we can be inspired by them, or maybe at some point, it's Jeroen's decision, run a contest for...
Yeah, we should definitely do that. But that's the way we would be, right? It has to... people come with an idea or a sketch, or even just a napping sketch. That's all we need to get our team going. So we will definitely do something like that in the future.
Question from Anonymous. What was your favorite project that you had to discard due to time, resources, or conflict?
You repeat it again.
What was your favorite project that you had to discard due to time, resources, or conflict?
Well, I don't want to say, but I might get it back out of the thing and do it anyway. Let me see.
You can tell us.
Nah, next question.
And a follow-up from Luke then for Igor. How do you stay ahead of Kevo?
I don't know how I can do that.
Question from Anna Kura for Igor. Do you have a favorite custom QB that's been created by someone else?
Yes, I've actually seen so many cool avatars of people who were like part of the stage.
Toast.
And some of them I haven't seen in the game, so definitely if there's some cool design you guys can inspire us with, we will definitely use it. So yes.
Nice. Yeah, you answered that next one. For me, like leader, you're inspired by art and content from the players. Anything specific?
We have been inspired by Wombat. So summer, like I see him in my dreams.
We probably only have time for these last two questions, so let's just get these. Question from Nova21. What idea that came from the community actually made it into the game, if any?
Yeah, more Walmart, different community. There's more. There's a lot more, but I can't, come up with it right now. There is a lot, Sometimes I'm just lurking in Discord and I see something, say something, and I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. Note it down, and a couple of months later, it might in some shape or form turn up into the game.
There you go. All right. Question from Marla. Last one. How are you planning to scale for a worldwide release?
Yeah, that's a very complicated answer. So yeah, we have a roadmap in place for that. So I'm not going to go down the whole roadmap. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, there is a plan in place to get that sorted. So I don't know if you remember when we were like experimenting with new country launches. We were just honing our skill set and our tools. Like, well, how fast can we activate a new country? So that's why we did these 3 countries in rapid succession. So kind of repeat. Once we hit the QB we're going to start enabling country after country again, like we did back in those days.
Squeeze in the last one. Oh.
Hello.
Squeeze in the last one here. How many times a day does a loser look at Discord?
Well, it's a stupid question because I'm never not looking at Discord. Thank you, everybody.
But I just want to thank you guys so much. We are thrilled to have you guys here. It just takes what we're building to another level. I thank you guys. I love you guys. And I mean that sincerely. And thank you guys so much for being able to come out here and being able to show our hunters a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes.
Woo. Okay, so we're going to do something now. We're going to need everybody's participation. Okay, so we all know this that we've been filming this whole weekend. So we're going to create a really kick-ass video of the Coin Fest weekend. We need like one really cinematic shot, right? So what we want to do is we want to have a shot where it looks like we're giving like a go for the quest and everybody is storming out, Braveheart style, out of the doors, like super style. And you all just run past the camera. So we're gonna like stage that shot a little bit so we can put that into the video, okay? So everybody can like gather in front of the doors over there, and then at a certain moment the doors will go open and we'll just fly out. Thanks everybody.
Oh my god. I hope you guys liked that. That was awesome to see the devs, hear from some of the extended team. Really cool. just a tidbit. I heard at some point, so the team is 32 people, so it's a pretty decent sized team. Looks like everyone's gonna storm out. I'm obviously gonna lag behind with my setup here and break it down in a second, but we'll be signing off here in just a minute. I'll let you see. Let's go, people.
Is Hawk watching you right now?
Hawk, I think he's watching. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
What's up, Hawk? Jay and Hawk.
12 miles ahead. Let's go.
All right, sweet. What a day. Okay, guys. Well, I guess that is pretty much a wrap from the panels. We'll be back with some hunting a little bit late, obviously not too long from now. So stay tuned. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. And if you haven't followed, make sure you hit that follow button. Toasties is out for now. Cutie Boo, make sure you rewatch it.